What up, YouTube? Relaxed Geo player coming at you guys with my little deck profile for my Evilswarms that I played at YCS Chicago. I did do pretty decent. There was a few bad matches, but we'll go over that here in a little bit. Basically, my record was X3. Won 5, lost 3, dropped after the last loss, which was terrible. I'll go over what happened later, but we're just going to go ahead and go over the deck profile, and then I'll tell you at the end of the video my matchups, if I 2-0, 1-0, lost, whatever, and I'll let you know if some of the plays that I had happened. So basically we'll go over it, and let's get the deck started. So, first things first is, you got to have a rabbit, get your 3 heliotropes. This puts in a lot of damage if you can summon this, and your opponent has nothing to stop these attacking. And then you can Xyz, or you can just Xyz. It's up to you. Depends on what position you're in. You have 3 Crickeons. This card is stupid broken with Infection, which shuffles any Evilswarm from your hand or field back to the deck to search one. If you draw a Heliotrope, you put it back to the deck to get this. Then it makes Rabbit live if you don't have more than one in the grave, So that's a really good card. So, definitely have to have the 3 casters. First turn Ophion's important. Really important to get the caster first turn. If you can't, it's unfortunate, but you do have 4 ways to get it first turn. You can draw the 4, or draw 3, and then row to the 4th. So, 2 Thunderbirds. 3 is definitely cloggy. Sometimes you'll have 2 of these on board. You can only use 1 effect per turn. I did lose 2 mirror match, but I'll go over that in a little bit. I did make this deck actually 30 minutes before the pre-register started. So I put the deck together. Actually, it took me 1 hour to get everything for the deck. I had the main core monster-wise, but I had to get the deck actually put together, sleeves, and everything within literally an hour. So it was stressful. I wasn't planning on playing, but I did. Mandragora is just there. This was a 3rd Mandragora. I took that out after the tournament, so this definitely, what I played in the tournament was a 3rd Mandragora. I didn't have this until after I got home, so this is what I would have played. There are going to be a few cards in here that I didn't have, that I played a different card in the place, but this is what I would have played here. Thunder King, always good against everything. Summon that, they can't Excite Tonight you very easily. We'll go to spells next. I played 2 Infection. You really don't need 3. The deck actually loses to monster effects right now, so these help for sure to thin your deck. Plus, they can protect you, but 2 is good. You have the not double, but triple MST, so you can get that summon of the Ophion off. If you can get that Ophion off, even against low-level decks, you're pretty much in a good position. Lure, so draw power. Dark Hole, because you can protect all your monsters and wipe their board. Deep Fissure, because it's good against Mermails, Spoojins, a lot of stuff. This can win you games in game 1, no problem. Book of Moon, because it's all-around general good card. A lot of decks are playing Trap Stun, so Book's good. And then Rhoda, Search as a caster. As far as traps go, of Evilswarm Infection, if you don't know what this does, you can flip it and activate the effect after it's flipped. You can shuffle 1 Evilswarm from field or hand into the deck, then add 1 Evilswarm monster from your deck to your hand. Can't be an Xyz, but this right here can make anything a whatever you want, more than likely Crickeon. Next card is going to be definitely an MVP of the day, Triple Fiendish. Definitely a good card. We'll never play 2 or 1 in this deck, especially for what matchups we had. Double Safe Zone, Key Beetle Lock, too good. it literally, I sit there till I get what I need and then just go off. You have the Depriz, which is just Depriz. The Macro, because Mermails are a thing. Spoojins, any deck that really needs your Rave. Fire Fists even. So Warning, because it's Warning. It's the first time I've ever played Warning in a deck, believe it or not. Torrential Tribute, because it's just general removal this deck doesn't care about. Compulse, because it actually is good, believe it or not. Bottomless because it's bottomless. Did I already play bottomless in here? I know, about to say. And then my personal tech, one of my favorite cards of the day, actually helped me out win a few games for sure. Skill Prisoner. For you guys that don't know what this card does, played 2 by the way. Target one card you control this turn. When any monster effect resolves that targeted that card at activation, negate that effect. And then during either player's turn, except the turn this card was sent to the grave, you can banish this card from the grave. Then target one card you control. This turn, when any monster effect that resolves that targets that card at activation, negate the effect. The whole turn. If you activate this after they Honors Arc it, the rest of the turn they can't Diamond Die or anything else. Really, really, really good. I would suggest people picking that up. Next thing we'll do is the extra deck. Ouroboros. For random decks, I'm probably going to cut this, don't really need it. Obviously I have to have 2 Ophions. 3 don't need, I never really used 3. Barely wanted it 2, but you know, 3's overdoing it. I did have 2 of these. I cut one for a King of the Feral Imps after the tournament. So in the tournament I did play 2 Bahamut's. I did have 2 Key Beetles, but after the tournament I realized you don't need the second Key Beetle, and I didn't have it anything else to throw in. But I actually am going to be playing this now. For you don't know what this does, you can basically special it to defense or attack mode, whatever. But when your opponent special summons a monster or monsters, each time they do, you can activate this effect, flip them all face down. You can activate it more than once per turn. 1950 attack with Key Beetle, or 1950 defense with Key Beetle, creates a lock. Mini lock. Not as good as the safe zone, but you can basically make it to where your opponent's monsters, they try to go off. They're good against Infernities and things. You know, it's good. I also did play Dweller, and I don't know what I took out for Dweller, huh? Think here. Nope. Shoot. I think I just took the sleeve off Dweller, yeah. So Dweller I just took the sleeve off of. Dweller put in a lot of work against Infernities for Street Patrol. Diamond Dire Wolf, just general destruction, Maestroke, because it's good against Honors Arc, because you can put him to defense. They can't attack over it, you can book it, and then try to do other things against it. Black Ship, because it gets over his Honors Arc, and yeah. Black Crazy Box, because it's skill drain. Cowboy, because it's Cowboy. Feral Imps. So the cards I did not play would be that and that. Instead I did have Exciton, 101, and then the Abyss Dweller. So those 3 were played. I sold them after the event. Got 60 for Exciton and 30 for the Honors Arc. They're going down, so don't pick those up. Next thing we'll go ahead and go over is the side deck. And once we go over to the side deck, I'll go over the matchups I had. So yeah, this changed 1 card, I think, literally. The main deck actually had, where'd it go? I was maining a card in here earlier. My deck was at 41, now it's at 40, but I'll show you what it was. For the side, my side's 13 traps, by the way. You know, Mind Drain, Soul Drain. 2 combo cards, you know, they can go together or not. Double Mega Force, because sometimes you do need them, and the main deck doesn't really need these. Deepers is actually a little better depending on the situation. Double Surgery, just good against spellbooks and things like that. 2 Light Imprisonings, just good against Boojins. If you have a Lightsworn Rogue matchup soon, it'll help. This 7 tools against anything. Chain Burn helps against Infernities as well, so things like that. Mistakes. Girga. Anything that searches really. Boojins. You know, whatever. Deck Devi, and I got a story for you guys about this later. But that's really good. This was my main deck card that I took out the 41st. Instead, this was Full House on the side. But Eradicator, after the turn, I'm like, you know, I really don't need it. If anything, this right here, maybe, because it's good against Mermails and Girga. And those were the main decks, especially with Wolfbark going to 1. Fire Fists aren't going to be, I mean, it's prevalent. And then I had 2 Twisters for Decrees. So I'll go ahead and go over the matchups. So basically, we had Round 1, I went against Girga. I 2-1'd him. Basically, I spammed the field and kept his stuff off board enough to not let him OTK me. It was just pure Girga, by the way. 2-1'd him. Game 2, or round 2, I played against Evilswarm. Game 1. It was turn 3 or 4 for me. Opponent has 1 set card, and I have 2 Ophions and a Key Beetle, I believe, yes. I used Key Beetle's effect to target one of my face down. No, it wasn't Key Beetle. It was just 2 Ophions. I have Safe Zone and Infestation Infection face up, and 3 back row that are set. End phase of my turn, my opponent activates Full House. Blowout. Basically, just won from there. Yeah, that was sad. Next, I went against Girga. Obviously, I 2-0'd him. It was an easy matchup. Archfiends, for round 4, I 2-1'd that guy. It was a fun game. Game 1, obviously, he won. Game 2, I won. And then Game 3 is what the exciting part came in. Basically, he, turn 1, all he does is sets 5 back row, sets 1 monster. I'm thinking, I could Exciton, or I could just summon Ophion and try to protect him with an Infestation. I didn't have an Infestation, but I drew, still didn't get it. Basically, I had Caster and a Heliotrope. I summoned Caster, didn't negate the summon, so I figured maybe it's safe. Summoned the Heliotrope, went through fine. My opponent has, my opponent has 6 cards, I have 6 at the moment. I overlay to Exciton. I'm at 5, he's at 6. I ask him if he has a response. He says, no. And then he says yes. He deactivates Trap Stun, thinking that it'll make it even. I chain Exciton's effect to the Trap Stun, so we each have, he has 6, I have 5 still. I blow up his field. So, basically he just lost 6 cards. That was good, and basically from there I just, took it. Game 5, I 2-1 Girga. I know that Game 2, I won. I lost Game 1. Game 2, what happens is we get further into the game. I black ship his Honor's Arc, and then pass turn. He does something that would kill my Honor's Arc, or my black ship. So I just activate Deck Devi Virus. Deck Devi, obviously gets rid of monsters with 1500 attack or less from hand to field. Opponent has 6 cards in hand. All 6 of them just gets discarded. Next turn, I basically summon, attack, whatever, and my opponent draws. It was a Max Z. He has to discard it, and then I win from there. So that was awesome. So if I main anything, it'll be Deck Devi. Next was Archfiends. I 2-0'd this guy, actually, believe it or not. I did get the Key Beetle lock with Safe Zone quite once in the first game. That's why I won, because I sat there with it. He had no response. And then, no. Game 1 that helped, but then I also, what did I do? I don't know, it was funny. Game 2, I won that one as well because he has 5 monsters. One of them's a Key Beetle, one of them's a Lava Vault Chain, and, blah, blah, blah. He activates, one of them was 1/1 as well. He 1/1's my, Exciton. I chain Skill Prisoner from the grave. Keeps him alive. Opponent thinks he can target it again. Summons Diamond Dire, tributes it off, nothing. Then he summons a Key Beetle, puts Key Beetle's effect on the chain, and then he attempts to attack with the Key Beetle. I chain Exciton. He thinks his monster will live. It doesn't, so he loses. Yeah, basically just wiped his board, and then from there I just killed him. I had Abyss Dweller after that, so he couldn't do Street Patrol, so it was pretty good. Game 7 was Boojins. I 2-1'd him. It was a pretty good matchup, fun stuff, and basically, game 3, Exciton won me the game. And then I went Honor's Arc just to make sure I was safe. I Honor's Arc his monster, his Susanoo. If he would have kept his Yamato out, I would have lost. But he Susanoo tried to get a card early. He attacked into a Deep Riz, did not have a turtle engrave. And then, for some reason I Honor's Arced him, but I can't remember. Game 8, this is where it gets silly. Game 1, I lose to my opponent. Can't remember what happened, but I lost. Game 2 is where it gets silly. Basically, he has more cards than me. I summon Exciton. He has no response. I had 2 back row. He had like 5. I blew up field. One of them was a skill prisoner. This goes to grave. I had a turn troll as well, and they both go to grave. I don't cover them or anything like that. They go to grave. My opponent next turn activates Tinky, searches the bear, activates the bear. Effect to pop my Exciton. I then change skill prisoner from the grave. Banish. Exciton lives. My opponent then takes the table number, which we were at table like 1 something, 111 I think, but he takes the table number thing and throws it at my face. I get pissed off, but I don't say anything to the judges until after the match slip has been signed and after I go talk to my friends for a second just to blow off some steam. Basically, game 3, I threw it. Activates Tinky. I didn't MST it or mistake. I just didn't care. I got pissed, and then I told the judges later, and they thought I was lying for some reason, but there would be no reason to make it up. After I lost it, I didn't show round 8 or round 9. I could have played, but nah. Also, I will let you guys know I did sell my entire main binder, which was, everything basically I have. So I am starting off fresh. I will have a trade binder update, but it's not much. And I am trying to get some more trade bait or not. But if you guys have any opinions about the deck or questions or things that you would recommend or questions of how I played things, definitely comment down below or send me a PM. Either way, I will respond when I can. But definitely, if you can, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching and spending time watching my videos, and peace out.